What's up? I'm just playing music. Well, you can hear it. Should we treat our women like queens? No, treat them like. What?
Well, I was gonna say that. No, we should treat them like proper. They're proper. So how do you
Okay.
So, brother, how should we do that?
No. I got a totally different approach this time. So what we doing is we're gonna take some video footage from the shop, a couple other videos, and just talk about them as a lead up to should we. And BJ got a whole nother spin on it that nobody's looking at, but these women are actually acting out. And then we're just gonna do it from that way. It's gonna be
in the shop,
not women, just us in the shop.
Are you gonna put it like a page?
Just right on. I got it queued already.
You like Sneeko, scream in your stream. That's great. You have a lot of passion. The property, live on a property. What if I just did like, or not just it, what if I also did reaction videos?
We're gonna start doing all that, bro. I gotta get in the rhythm. I'm about to start. Sweat. Don't worry about what I'm eating. Just get on the show. It's quick. Try and tell me how to do it. Get on the show. Give us a young perspective. Send me an email. I'll send you the link. You can decide. Or ask questions online. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. What up, bro?
What's up, my G? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm great.
Yes, sir. Oh, man, I didn't even take my medicine yet, man.
Oh, shit.
We're going to get this in right quick. Get my head in the right space. Right space. All right. I don't know if Tommy gonna be. It's gonna be us tonight, fellas.
All right. You gonna chime in later, maybe?
He might. He ain't answering the phone. He's being a bum. So we're gonna get it in tonight. I got a couple of videos. I want to get into. Let me see if I can cue them up. You there, B?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, you there? He must have stepped away. All right, here we go. Can you see that, bro?
I just see you.
Man. It's there, but it's in the background. Window. Bam. All right. I lost permission. Go to system preference. Unlock. Select the left button in the former. Check your food. Blah, blah. So I need to go to system preference. Now I need to go unlock this by selecting lock in the bottom left corner. Hey, when they do that. It says Chrome has lost permission. Fix. Go to system in Chrome. Yeah. Unlock this screen by selecting the lock on the bottom left corner. Check Chrome. This is gonna suck if I can't. Oh, you know what? I can't bring them up. Let me see if this works, bro. I hate this. I hate this. I'm trying to get this right, and it would not let me. All right, let me try it another way. Tell me what you see now. Still see me?
Yeah.
You don't see nothing else?
Nah. Just me and King Business. I don't see they got the section on the side for the private chat and the comments, but ain't nothing over there.
Okay. How about security? I have to go to security, privacy, click screen recording. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. And I go to security, privacy, privacy. Then it's screen record. Click privacy. Click screen recording. Oh, there we go. Google. Bam. All right, let me see if that worked. All right, here we go. Let's try it now. Boom. 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 Bam. You see it now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so that's going to be the second one. I don't want to do that one first. Wonder where B at. He's, Brandon at. He done got off of here. There we go. Okay, so what we gonna do today is something a little different, bro, because I want to. Excuse me. I want to play something that we did at the shop.
Okay.
Screen share it. Boom. So this way we can break it down. All right. You ready?
Yep. Oy.
All right. I want to start it, and he'd be like, "I don't know where we at." Yo, Brandon, where you at, bro? I'm gonna give him a couple minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and get it going.
Okay.
Tried to call Tommy. He ain't.
I'm in.
His phone.
Let's go B.
All right, that's what's up. Let's go.
I like the picture.
Hold on, we about to play this video, and we're gonna critique what the dude's saying. If y'all can't hear it, let me know so I can turn the volume up.
Come
on, man. That's why I got bro. Now, just like the basketball jersey, take your dudes off the back and go up the back. Get that shit out. That's what they holler at me when you done. That's what I mean. I told her. Now you know.
Hold on, fellas.
She left. The girl stayed.
There it is.
The girl. You know they friends.
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
And the girl that her dress was with, they just say like, you know, they didn't know.
You sound like that song about when you back here.
It's all a business to tell her. It's a business to tell her if what? You know they friends other girls? You know they friends? They're not yet. You knew they friends. I knew they were friends. And the other one asked for your number. And you gave her the number.
That's ratchet though.
How?
Look, it's ratchet, but it's all honesty. So
Oh, yeah.
it's ratchet on her.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now, you gotta understand though. I'm kind of on his side right now. It was his party.
Yeah.
They was at his party, and they fucked with him.
So
How could they not know if they partners? How could they not know that?
She left. The girl stayed.
And I got his number secretly. She didn't ask for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
She already knew what you were doing.
She was fucked up. She
Well,
couldn't
then I'm still back to what I
Is
said.
now
in the first
that
place.
you
Let them
know-
figure it out.
You become ratchet too with them.
Yeah.
Because
This the part.
now you know.
No way. They're
Now you know that they know each other.
Uh-huh.
So you become like, once you bite the forbidden fruit, and that's information, you know now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay in that ratchet shit, that mess, or you gonna be like, look, man, y'all know each other, let me get up out of here.
I told her, if you really like me, do not be like your friend. Have sex with me with that night, cupcake, and then disappear. If you're really serious, then you need to show me, because if she get mad, the only reason that she's mad is because that's one less dick that she got. She can't be mad if her friend took me serious and she didn't. So how am I ratchet if I'm trying to be serious?
Okay, I respect that.
I'll tell you
I'm
how
very
you rank.
respected.
I'll tell you how you
You
rank.
tell them, y'all figure that shit out.
That's what I
And
do.
holler at me when you done.
And that's
I'll tell you how,
what
but I
I
don't even fuck you anymore. That's what I mean. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa,
Now you
whoa,
know each other,
whoa,
man.
whoa.
That's why, like, once I understand you want to be the upstanding guy, but it's the ratchetness that's in it that you gotta be like, look, I'm an upstanding guy, I'm being honest. If you want, but y'all got too much going on.
Wait. So you're telling me if Beyonce and Kelly Rowland approaching, you already had Beyonce?
No, this ain't your thing.
Hold on, pause it right quick. Okay, are y'all following what's going on?
Yeah, I heard the part about he talking about his friend's girl, and her the girl he was messing with. This is a continuation of the one we you were
Yeah,
just
but we can
last
see,
time, right?
we can see and hear it better. That's why I brought it back up, because it's gonna,
Yeah.
segue right into the title. Should we treat our women like queens?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we looking at, we observing his behavior and their behavior. You got me? So what that's why I'm like, can y'all follow what's going on? Because bro came in and was like, he got a dilemma. He don't know what to do. But when he broke it down to us, it's him. He invites a chick over. She invites her friend. The friend sneaks behind her back and try to get with him. Then he was just explaining the rest what he explained right there. You following it, B?
Yeah, I'm on it. I know you were talking about like Halle Berry just a moment ago. Or that
He said this. He said to us, if she's like Halle Berry, I mean not Halle Berry, but if she's like Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, would you still feel that same way? Then he showed us a picture of it. You know, so what we were saying is, well, you just as bad as them. You're not the one that's not able to be judged because you're in a position to feel like you have something great going. You're actually just as bad as them. This is why, because they brought it to you and you entertained it. Like kind of like that. I'm gonna just say it. It's like the Eve. Eve brought the apple to Adam. Adam didn't have to eat it, but he chose to eat it. Then he got the consequences of eating the apple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, then depending on how you looking at it, like you saying, he ain't no better than them. He's proving them right in a certain aspect, because what they say, all men are dogs and all this so negative connotations. And he had the opportunity to be upright and just when old girl left and her friend stepped to him. That was his opportunity right there. And he blew it.
And that's what we talking about, man. Just go and take a break and tell them no. Just say no. But he trying to wipe the chick though. He trying to wipe her and make his girl like so go ahead.
That's where I would say in that instance, you keep it a buck. Like, yo, you trying to holler at me? Your homegirl just left. Like, what's up with that? Like,
come on, man. That's what we
how
talking
would you
about.
like that? How would you like that if you was the one leaving and she was the one trying to holler at me? Would that be cool?
Well, I always say this, right? When we sneaking around, we think don't nobody know, but that's
right.
Not true. There's always somebody that sees it, and one thing is for sure is that you see it and she knows what she's doing. she see it too. You know what I'm saying? And shit, how many times have we told somebody our business, and you know, and it was something we really didn't want to tell nobody? You know what I mean? Like I done told some homies some shit I did. And I know some chicks done told me some business that, like, this one cat when we was in school, this one chick, we was good friends, and she liked this one dude, and she decided to, you know, to go to bed with him. And she said when they got done, it was cool and everything, but what made her sick to her stomach is when they got done, he was all sweaty and sat on the side of her bed. And when he got up, she just kept smelling shit and didn't know why. And the area that he sat in had a little brown stain, like a watery brown stain, and it smelled like straight shit.
What
So,
happened?
okay. Dude was smashing this girl, right? And he was, you know, he was all into it. He got super sweaty, but he didn't take a shower before, or he don't know how to properly wipe his ass. So that's what I'm gonna say. So when he got done, he sat on the side of the bed, and when he sat on the side of the bed, it was a little watery brown spot there, and she kept smelling shit and was wondering where's it coming from. And she's like, right where he sat, you could just see the shape of his legs and butt crack and everything. You know what I'm saying? So she told me that. Guess what? She go to bed. She told me that. And no. And, you know, he didn't want her to tell nobody. You feel me? But she told. So people talk, man. And when people talk, your character is out there, whether you know they know you did it or not. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't hide nothing, man. It just may not, the right people may not know. So same thing with his situation. He may be sneaking with them girls, and one don't want the other one to know, but sooner or later, it just take her to want to have an attitude or feel some type of way and get mad at the girl. And she want to go to the girl and be like, that's why I'm hitting your man and blah, blah, blah. It's going to come out, bro.
Yeah.
That's my, you know, that's my take on it, man. You got to really be careful.
Yeah, like the saying goes, everything that happens in the dark eventually comes to the light.
Yeah.
So
that's much better, B. We can see you without the glare in the background.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, lighting is important. We all getting it together though. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play some more of this, and then we can, you know, go from there. Here we go.
We can wrap our minds around that. That's the situation right here, man. Come on, dog. You gonna bounce to some fucking shit. We supposed to play today. Come on, man. That's why I got trolled. Now, you like the basketball training? Take your little back. Hey, go on back. Wait, you fans off the jerseys. Why it still matter? You can't take their names off the jerseys. Then it changed the whole play, right? These names. These names matter. The names that you gave us don't matter. Yeah, I know. You can't do that. But I'm saying you can. If you take the names off the jerseys, and you got two beautiful women in front of you, and you have one. And then the best friend approaches you. Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, it ain't all about beauty with them. Look, bro. It's notoriety. It's a whole lot of shit that goes into them.
Drew, there's at least 12 women to every man.
That's the ratio, y'all.
Right. So that means that there's just tons of women out here that you can have.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta fuck up your life by fucking with two friends. Now you ain't got peace in your life. Right. You can't expect a woman come in your life to bring you peace if you can't maintain your own peace. Yeah.
You can see people at the same time.
Look, it doesn't matter. You're still dealing with the peace in your house. Your head is your brain is where your mind is rested.
Yeah.
So now you're not at peace because you got too much shit going on in your head, in your home. You see what I'm trying to say?
You just heard something.
What you said makes a lot of sense. If you're in a situation, when you're in a situation where you're in a single situation, I met this girl, man, she wanted to be serious.
Hey, man.
I fucked her friend, then I meet her, and if she want to be serious,
I met the girl first that I already had sex with. I did not know the second one liked me until she got my number and told me.
The fact that she got your number and you gave it to her,
Man,
that's where the creepy
She went behind her friend's back to fuck.
that's
That's
right.
between them.
That's
That's not
right.
all
Oh,
these.
you did. You in it. Like once you know, like you went behind your friend back, word, to get my number, you know.
She ain't pretty sure.
That's ratchet. So that means you choose to accept that soul tie.
Oh, come on, man.
That soul tie.
Yeah.
You're gonna say, yo, I know that, and I know it's bad and toxic energy, so I'm gonna connect with her too. You just
Oh man, he
put
put all that.
yourself in the melting pot.
He did all that, man. He put all that smoke.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking like I'm talking, because I'm telling him what he wants to hear. I'm telling him exactly what he want to hear. I'm making it real blunt. Here it is, and I'm making it to where there's some sense to it.
Y'all telling me not
Because
to,
this is what you want.
y'all telling me not to mess
This
with
make
her
that make any
just
sense?
because I already had a friend. That's the only reason why she not talking to me. Because
I'm telling you,
Yes.
because she ratchet.
He don't get that.
You gonna go behind your friend? It's like you know, my man, my best friend, and his girl. I go get her. He just fucked the chick. Then I go get her number. Now dudes might work. We might be meeting. Dudes might work together.
Oh, dude, don't move like that.
Dudes might be like, yo, I hit man, or you
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's how we go.
But
That's how we
girl,
go.
and you talking about liking her? You think it's her first rodeo and it was that easy?
Exactly.
Then she like you, and you gonna get yourself tied up with that shit, and you gonna like her, and she gonna be like, nigga, it was just fuck.
How you with that?
You're not cool with it.
What you mean?
Because you basically have relationship goals where if you like me, I like you, you already said it.
Y'all make it known first.
If you just say you wanna fuck and have a good time, go do it.
Yeah,
When you talking relationship goals,
she gotta show you.
no, she always showed us she ain't shit.
What you mean? That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Showing me that she ain't shit. So the more she hang out with me, the more I'ma know it's not gonna work.
She already wrote the first chapter when she said, yo, I'm gonna go behind my friends back to get your number, y'all just fuck.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's what niggas do.
Is that the goal?
Shit up.
Is that the goal there? Just the fuck?
Well, do that. Just say that. Don't talk about whether she like me or not.
Yeah. I gotta give her a 10.
Why? She's ratchet. She's not shit.
How
Look,
let's
see this right here.
Yeah.
You meet her the way you met her, right?
Yeah.
Then you come down here to get your hair cut. It's somebody in the shop she liked. And let's say she like Brother Tommy. So as soon as you go out to do something, or she goes out, leave, and come back and say, can I get your number? You cool with that?
Just like I told her, I'll be cool with that because that's who you like. And that's what you want.
What if you're liking her?
If we can still have relations, yeah. But
Why would you be upset? She already told you when she met you what she was.
I would not be upset. I would be like, damn, we can't fuck no more, but I understand. If this is who you really like.
But you like her now, y'all got a relationship.
No, I like her for the sex. I don't like her for her.
Man, are y'all hearing this shit, bro?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
My bad. That's why we in the shape that we in.
Come on, man. He can't even see what he's saying.
Right. His moral and value system is all out of whack. He valued the wrong thing. It seemed like he more into keeping up with the standard of the people instead of having righteous morals and values.
Come on, man.
Because that's what
he ain't got no boundaries. And then he said he liked the girl. He liked her. And if he likes her, he should be able to like, you know, what did he say? If he like her, he want if she like him, he want her to know, don't be like your friend, just hit it and quit it, because he might want to be with her, then turn around and feel some type of way if she like Tommy or if she like anybody else and go behind his back. You can't have things both your ways, right? One, and you can't expect, if this is the state of our brothers, you can't expect to have women be out there acting a certain type of way because, you know, he it's not much that they getting right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what it kind of boils down to me is, what level of respect do you have for your grandmother and your mother and your sister? You know, maybe he don't have a sister, but I'm sure he got a mother and a grandmother.
Yeah, we talked about. I think we talked about this last time. He grew up with his grandmother.
So yeah, that can be a lot right there.
And you know, grandma ain't really got the time and energy to spend with him, and she's not really the person to grow him into a man. So it's gonna be hard on the bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be hard on him to try to uh, have respect for women when he really despises them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that. You know, I mean, I think he could do better, but I think that that's who his people are. I mean, that's what the women expect from these dudes like himself. You know what I mean? He's successful at portraying this persona that he has, and it works for him.
yeah. That's what's accepted. That's what's accepted. Yeah.
I think if he approached it differently, as in a way that we would potentially approach it, he wouldn't be as popular with as much women. And his goal is to get many instead of getting one quality or a few quality. You know what I mean? He don't care about quality, it's just quantity.
Yeah. That's it.
That's what it is. It goes back to what Kevin Samuels was saying too. How we just out there, you know what I mean? We're not taking the time to look at no perspective, no mind state, no upbringing, none of that. It's just fly by the seat of my pants. If I can get it and hit it and quit it, so be it. We ain't looking at none of the responsibility or repercussions that's gonna come from that.
Right.
So yeah, interesting. I hope he don't set himself up for a big letdown.
Hey man, he enjoying his life, but the thing is that's a young boy, so he really are not seeing his future.
.com/Matt.
You're not seeing his future. You know what I'm saying? He's just seeing the moment, and nobody's taught him how to see the future with his actions. You know what I'm saying? To see what his actions are going to produce. You know what I mean? And a lot of young brothers are out here like that, man. They lost, man. Like,
yeah.
But if he and I'm not saying he as that specific guy, because we call him Jules Bandana, but with Jules is just like one of the individuals that will that are come like into the shop to express their situation. But a lot of young boys are like that. Some of these young boys don't even have an idea of how to deal with a girl besides what we call the 4 F's, right? A lot of guys only have relationships based on 4 F's. They find them, they fuck them, they fight them, then they flee. Then repeat. You know what I'm saying? Find them, fuck them, fight them, and repeat and flee. And just keep going through that cycle and over and over. They don't learn nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming the girls because he got to be on his square as a man. Like he got to command it. He got to command the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like a man. And then too, you know, you got to look at you only attract what you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's for his peers. He's perfect for his peers. But if he's ever trying to get to the point where he's leveling up, you know, he's gonna have to really stretch himself and develop himself more, because this ain't gonna get him no further than having a conversation in the barbershop when he comes. You know what I mean? You won't see a lot of progress.
Yeah,
you know, and it's unfortunate because these young dudes don't know how they're actually affecting themselves by going about the route the way they are. But you know, I mean, for what it is, he's getting what he wants out of life, and that's quantity. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's something else I heard him say a little bit earlier too. Ain't that the goal? You know what I'm saying? So he's under a misconception. He thinks that's part of the goal to fuck as many women as you know what I mean? Like, okay, if that's your goal, hey man, to each his own, but that's not the goal.
Yeah, if you go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was done.
I was gonna say this: if you're gonna like be that type of person, you can't like 1 minute be hardcore about it and then the next minute have feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's you're gonna be a creep. You got to be a full-fledged creep. If you're gonna be you're gonna be doing okay, cool. If you're gonna be a good guy, you gotta just go ahead and be a good guy. But if you straddling the fence, man, you're being split between two situations. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. But all right, I got this other switch. I want to switch to a post I had commented on Facebook, and I just want to share this with you guys to see. I want to get y'all point of view on it. Let me find it first. All right, hold on. I can find it this way. If I can't find it, I'm just going to go off of what I remember. All right, I found it. I think she took it off. Yeah, she took it off. I'm going to tell you what it said anyway. She shouldn't have took it off. I'm on. Okay, so what she was saying was basically, I want to know your opinion on this. If you plan a trip with a girl, and she don't show up, or she shows up late, or don't even show up at all, what's your thoughts on that?
That she don't respect my time, and I'll never play the fool twice.
Okay,
that's if she don't show up. Now, if she shows up late, I still take that as disrespect, especially the fact if I'm paying for it. You know what I mean? So, you got a point system, and I'm deducting points, and somebody or somebody you may not know may take your spot.
Right?
Yeah.
Consequence of your lack of consideration and tardiness, you're going to detention.
Yeah. I agree with King B. Depends on the time that's in. Like, if I've been dealing with you for a while, you might get a pass. But if we fresh, this is like a few weeks in, month or two maybe, we starting out getting to know each other, and we both as conscious adults formulate this plan, and then you drop the ball like that, yeah, like King B said, you losing mad points. You might not even get that second chance, depending on how you respond to it. You might not get that second chance. Got to be tough on them nowadays because they tough on us.
Yeah, you know how I look at it, right? Self-defense. You kill somebody in self-defense, you get less time, less problems if you premeditate that. If it happens spontaneously, you kill somebody, you get less time than if you premeditated that murder. Okay, we might have our first female on the panel with us tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we planned it, right? We planned this, and then you turn around and don't show up at all, or you call late. Now, if we like, this is my thing. If we like teenagers, that's understandable. You let that fly by. 21 to 25, you kind of like iffy. That's where you start the point system. But when you get past 25 and you're doing that shit in your 30s and 40s doing that shit, you're blatantly being disrespectful. That's premeditated disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I have the issue with, like, you know, damn, that's
she knew from the beginning when y'all made the plan that she wasn't.
Yeah, but see, it was reverse. It was a chick saying that about a guy. So the guy knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And this is I don't know if this is a Kansas City thing, maybe not. But I know in Kansas City, we used to do a lot of stuff like we'll make plans half-ass to try to make plans somewhere else, see which one is going to be the funnest, and then we'll go with the one that's going to be the funnest. You know what I'm saying? Try to play that game. That's a Kansas City thing that I know about. Like, they try to book too much. And so bro was wrong for doing what he did. And I told her that was a red flag. You know, you treat people the way you want to be treated. Now, soon as you don't give him, you make plans and don't stick him with, for him, he probably have all kind of manner of attitude. And you know, you just met the dude, it just started. She giving this dude all kind of what do you call that? Passes. I'm like, that's a red flag. You better pay attention. I ain't saying to leave the dude, but pay attention, because if he did it once, it's like, you know, dudes that hit women, if they hit you once and you kind of like make excuses for them, they hit you again. So hurt is hurt to me. You hurt my feelings or you hurt my face. If I let you get away with it once without no repercussions, you're gonna come back and do it again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I had told her. Like, you know, you can't settle for that. You're making excuses for the day. You know. Now, do she deserve to be treated like a queen? I'm just saying.
Depends on what you.
Which one are you talking about? That she was a queen treatment?
If the chick allows a dude to treat her that way, is that treating her like a queen? Should she be treated like a queen?
I think a woman should be treated the way that they, you know, would make sense for them. Some women don't want to be treated like a queen, or they do. I think it's percentages. Let me break that down. I think that a woman does not want to be treated like a queen 100% of the time. I'd say that most women at most probably want to be treated like a queen at least 70 to 80%. And I think that when dudes go over that, they overdo it, and that's why those dudes get skipped over, and the girls get kind of bored with them, because, you know, it doesn't seem real, and they don't seem as human. You know what I mean? It feel like, you know, I don't know. So I would say that a woman at minimum. Now there are some women that I say only want to be treated like 20% queen. You know what I mean? 80% is all dog. You know what I mean? And that's the ones that want you to put your hands on them. You got to talk to her and put her in her place all the time. And the only time you respecting her is maybe birthdays, anniversaries, and when family's around.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
My take on that is, it's as we've come to know, a lot of us are products of our environment. You know, so a lot of us, our language of love, you know, it's not a positive one. It's like what King B was just describing. You know, some people got it distorted or unclear on what it is to be loved. They think if you not hitting them or calling them out of their name, you don't love them, and that's false. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We discussed once before. Love don't hurt. Love is patience. Love is correction. So if you think you're being loved by somebody constantly badgering your character, talking negative and down to you, and, you know, got you walking around with a limp and you can only see out of one eye, that's not love. That's not love. That's a bad example.
See, and I was going, not to cut you off, I feel like that is this a lot of times the women they don't understand that as love. That doesn't make sense. They don't believe that that's love or that they deserve that type of love. You know what I mean? So you gonna tell me you think higher of me than I think of myself? That doesn't seem realistic. I need to get somebody that aligns with what I'm thinking. And that's what you want to saying that, nah, your feet are kind of big. That dude told you your feet wasn't big. Man, he was just trying to, he wasn't keeping it real with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even if they hurt their feelings, sometimes you guys keep it real.
And people like that. You know what I mean?
They like the realness, the authenticity. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And so that right there says to me, what is your definition of a queen? And I think that we've had wool pulling over our eyes when it comes to that whole queen and, you know, the standard of and the definition of, you know, I think we've been led astray in certain aspects dealing with that, you know.
I think a lot of the idea of what a queen is individual. You know, it's based on what each individual say they want or like, because you never know how, like, we could show 10 people situation, and all of them senses are going to pick something different out of that situation. They're not going to all see it the same. And so when you say king or queen, it's how that individual is going to look at that word and see it for themselves. I call that like the connotation of the word, or an ambiguous definition of the word. It's based on how it'll make them feel, based on what they saw and how what they saw made them feel, and they want to feel that way too. You see what I'm saying?
And emphasize.
Right. So it really don't have a real meaning. Like, everybody's idea of treating them like a queen will be different, but the end result will be, well, how did it make you feel? That is the real thing that individuals stick on. Like, when guys feel like they saying queen, king, what's up, king? No, everybody's not a king. First of all, there's only one king over the land. So that's just and two, what king are you talking about? Are you talking about an African king? Are you talking about Asian king? Are you talking about a European king? Are you talking about there's different types. You know what I'm saying?
And it's predicted by blood, and it's predicted by state of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but we want to take it, and like I said, we want to anthropomorphize it, and like you said, we want to attach our own standards to it. What it is to be a king and what it is to be a queen. And we've gotten, in my opinion, we've gotten away from the authenticity of what it is to be a king or a queen. If you didn't inherit by blood, how are you a king or a queen? So it's a whole nother conversation we can have. So depending on where you start dealing with the term, we can take it back to the 1800s. And we can talk about what a queen's woman is. And we know that deals with a woman who was she was under some circumstances that dealt with her basically dealing with more than one man, and she got sick. So she had to go to this particular place and get this treatment. That's what's called a queen's woman. But if we don't study back and go back and look at these terms, we're using them loosely. We're not taking the time out to make sure we're using it in the right perspective. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we able to have wool pulled over our eyes. So when you speak of a queen is somebody that's been with multiples. So is that the queen that we all want? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Some of us might prefer to have an experienced woman, but that experience, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so when I think we talked about this. Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying it's a delicate situation that I don't think we should just throw around loosely. You know what I'm saying? That's my take.
I think that. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think that a lot of times that has It's used as some endearing to just be more uplifting. Of course, not everybody's a king. Not everybody's going to be a potential to get to their highest level and you know, and make king-like moves or queen-like moves. But it sounds good. It really does.
Yeah,
It just sounds good. That's fine.
I agree. And then too, like if you look at like what is the job of the queen bee? You know, she gonna have them babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you call the madame of the house that runs everything of the brothel? Brothel. She's the queen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like B was saying, the chick that can command the men on, you know, whatever level they are. She's a queen. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing good about that and from that angle. And then like my thing is like I want to say like in certain cultures, the king is like the model for how the men can conduct themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he does what's right. He does the best thing for his people. Like, you know, we don't even come in our communities. You know what I'm saying? We don't even command our communities, but yet we can command something beyond our community, as if that'll make sense. And our queens are queens over the community, and it's a certain requirement that comes with that, like a certain attitude that the kids under you will grow up to be. Now, by the way that our women are going off with that, with the, you know, treat me like a queen, and they having the queen be like aspirations to do what they want, be in charge, they can sleep with who they want to. Well, those are the mothers of our community. They are leading the model for the generation under them, just like the men who claim to be kings but really just, you know, creeps. They are the model for the young kids. When the kids are born in the community, that's the community is the nature, not just the trees and grass and shit, but the way humans interact is also nature. So we live in a life that's really not, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like we're not good models for building a community. A king and queen based on their selfish needs, how we have it, would destroy a community. Hence, that what we have right now, a destroyed community where we don't have families. You know, the kings don't stay with the queens long. You know what I'm saying? On this, I think on one of the videos we shot at the shop, you know how many concubines a king has? You know how many queens a king might have? You got to get in line for this shit. There's a story in the tradition that talk about Pharaoh that had 365 wives, and then he had another one that took that single day on leap year. And the chick was like, because the quality of this man is so great that it takes me 4 years to prepare for him for one night. It wasn't because he was a pimp. It wasn't because he was the man. It was because, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of that. It was because he actually was a good example. And if people followed his example, then that lady would have a great husband. And if the women follow the example of that those queens that decide to be with that man because of his quality, they will be they will show what's the word I'm looking for? They would be able to show how to truly love someone, not to be just counting that you're being loved because you're being treated a certain way. They would actually be truly loved by that community because of the love that they give their king. Now that's in tradition. That ain't even dealing with the monarchs, the European monarchs that just, you know, half retarded because they inbred and they try to save the bloodline, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, that's my little spiel on it.
Heavy is the head that wears a crown, or was it? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the crown?
Yeah, yeah. But that's my thought on it, man. You can't. We got to really look at. I don't think that should be a title that we should call each other kings and queens. You know, I don't even make sense to me.
As long as it's in context, you know. And I think that's where we got to get back. Like my man was just saying, heavy is the head that wears the crown. We're not taking the time to be good stewards, you know, tending to our land, making sure we, you know, in tune with our land, let alone taking the time to be in tune with this education and information that we come in contact with and tend to pass around, you know? So I think that's, you know, all work in progress.
Yeah. I agree. Most men, a lot of people talk like, oh man, I want a good guy, or you know, I want my own business, or I want a good job, or I want to, and then sometimes you just gotta watch how people move. You're like, okay, I see why you in that position. You mess a lot of people over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't really about your, you know, you'll say it and talk because it sounds good, but you know, people don't really take the time to really understand their capabilities and how much they're hurting themselves. You're fighting against yourself. You know, how much damage you're causing yourself by, you know, choosing to follow stuff that's going to have you broke for the rest of your life or struggling for the rest of your life because you following a fad. Because you got to understand, you know, things retro. What's cool now is not gonna be cool tomorrow, and all that, and blah blah blah. You know, it's just more or less like level up, be the best you can be. You know, and I think that's where you become a king. That's when you see king status. That's where you're able to walk around with your chest out. Is when you're being the best you can be, because that ultimately is going to be more attractive than any fake persona you try to put on. And it's a shame because all our young dudes are all the same. You know what I mean? Like the dude in the barbershop, no disrespect to him, but I could go out in the street and find 10, 15, 20 guys that look almost identical to him.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to be able to stand on our own too and be like, you know, I got to do something to level up. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that was my phone. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you, King B. We like we were saying earlier. My man said, ain't that the goal?" And he held his hands up like, "Ain't that the goal?" Saying that you should be out here trying to be with as many women, you know, as your game will allow you to be with. Okay, if that's your goal, you know what I mean? All for it. But if we talking about being the best us that we can be, individuals out here, if we talking about recapturing our communities and being active in our communities and having a safe community, then a lot of those types of notions need to be put to the back burner. And we need to focus on getting our discipline up, getting our integrity up, getting our responsibility up, holding ourselves accountable to the highest degree. And those things right there are just, you know, far and few in between. We choose not to challenge ourselves on that level. We're more so challenging ourselves with how many jobs can I work? You know, how thin can I stress myself out to get these checks so I can go buy these Jordans? You know, we put our value all outside of ourselves, and it shows. You know, look at a group of us. Like King B was just saying, we all look the same. Shorty's wearing their hair the same, trying to get the same type of purse and shoe hookup. I mean, you know, we in bad shape, but it's not too late. We can still turn it around. Got to get our crowns on straight.
Right. I want to kind of switch it up a little bit. I want to play this video to get like reaction from y'all. From the title of it is Siobhan says women have needs that aren't being met and it's getting worse. I haven't seen this, so we're gonna all see it together if y'all cool with it, and then we'll just go ahead and break it down after. So let me go on and share the screen. This is Fair Use Act, Lapeef Network. Big up JR and all the other panels, but we're gonna break this down. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Windows. Oh, I know. Hold on, that's not gonna work. Yeah, see, it switched back, so I gotta figure out how to bring that over here to Chrome tabs. Siobhan, there we go. Y'all see what it is, right? And then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. It's fair use. Let me bring the.
So you start dating multiple people, sex with one person.
Let's go from the beginning.
On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Or you have the other people that are having sex with multiple people. The goal personally for them is to want to have sex with one person, but sometimes it can kind of like get out of the way, and you start talking to you start dating multiple people, or you want to this person, or you have the person that's not the person you like isn't good in bed, so you like that person, but then you want to have somebody that's a little better. And when you have somebody that's bad at sex, like nobody wants to deal with that person.
I mean, she's right though, because if you think about it, like even women that get older, the older that women get, the more sexually active they want to become.
Especially after kids, Anton. Some women, some women.
Courtney, it is almost, I'm not going to say it's a fact, but women as they get older become more sexually aggressive.
We're more
inhibited, maybe.
I'm about to go put a shirt on, bro.
Nah, I'm keeping my jersey on. Shout out to ATL. Shout out to Spud Web too. Hey, Logic gonna give you a box of Newports and a gold chain with that too.
Jesus.
With that white dude.
Hey, and a bag of rap snacks too.
The Booster rolling papers, the main shit. The Booster rolling papers. Let me stop.
Stand on it. Y'all do it too much.
Oh, that red beard though.
Y'all do it too much, man.
But Courtney, do you hear what I'm saying now?
Yeah. No, I hear. I agree with you.
Siobhan, what do you think? What do you think, Siobhan? Because you were saying that girls are starting to take on the same sentiment as guys.
I do. I really do think that, and I think that people they think that they think that they're getting smarter, and sometimes it does end bad. It does, because it is like an emotional drift. And I feel like if you're having sex with somebody, like, or just like me personally, like you're stuck. If we're having sex, you're stuck. That's just it is what it is.
But see, I don't think women are just starting to take on that mentality. I think women have been doing it for at least.
What the fuck that mean? You stuck. If y'all have sex, you stuck.
The last 3 decades.
But they're more open about it now.
Well, they were open 3 decades ago. Remember?
You're talking about sleeping with other women? I mean, sleeping with a lot of men,
like reckless.
Like having a sentiment of guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, having the mindset that I can sleep with that whole sexual liberation stuff, it messed women up because they literally, like, think about all the songs, a lot of the songs that came out in the 90s, like Adina Howard, Freak Like Me, right? That song, right. I want to freak in the morning, freaking. She was literally singing to dudes, how many dudes she was making, all the stuff. Anyway, to Anton's point, he's right. You women cannot bear the consequence of those types of decisions. You don't get the same benefit that men get when you move like that. And the consequences for y'all are way worse. Way worse. So I don't think it just started. I think it seems more pronounced with the
with the Meg Thee Stallions, the City Girls, and this championing of hoe culture. But I think the seed was planted 3 decades ago, and in those 30 years, it has not been good for women with that mindset. It's my opinion.
So I don't really agree the last part, right, with the like Megan Thee Stallion thing, right? Because there's a lot of women that listen to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and they don't think like that. They really truly don't think like that. It's more of like a, you know, you just want to shake some ass, but you want to shake your ass for your man.
Do you think that
I can agree with that part? Because I mean, it's plenty of niggas out here right now listening to Boosie, Jeezy, all this shit, and they not drug dealers and they don't condone that shit. So I can agree.
Yeah, but I think that they do. I think that everybody is still impacted by the things that they influenced by. Right? Like in a general sense, we were shaped to view women a specific type of way subconsciously, just by the things that we was listening to on a regular basis. Like way before the internet, way before this YouTube junk or whatever like that, we knew what simps was. Mainly because of, and me, right? A lot of what I was hearing it from was from the dudes out there in Oakland, right? A lot of dudes out there in Oakland was pimping, right? All of that, listen, Too Short, Sugar Free, all of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? They used to be spitting that stuff, and it was like, yo, we ain't never giving money to a chick. And so we grew up mindset like, yo, even though I didn't necessarily like abuse or pimp,
I'm gonna pause it right there and see what y'all think, man, because I don't want to really play it straight through and ride that content like that because they hitting so many different points. But what y'all think of it so far of the stuff y'all heard? Like the whole thing about like we had our show about sexual responsibility, right? And if you just look at the way that women now are viewing sex as if they can live vicariously like men do, you know what I mean? Like we don't have the same problems happening to our bodies that they do.
Yeah.
So then we want to treat these type of women like queens when they living a life like a king. You know, they living life like you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna go on that definition. But what y'all think on that so far, what y'all heard?
I mean, you know, I'll be the first one to speak, I guess, on that. I feel like I agree with a lot of the individuals from this panel are discussing, you know, especially the men. Unfortunately, women are not able to do that, do what a lot of men are have done for years. I think that a lot of times women will do it just because another woman, like women, I tell people this all the time. If I could find something I could sell to women, I'll be rich. Women don't need a lot of convincing. They're bred to be followers. They're bred to just listen. And a lot of times women give other women bad advice. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of these women that are trying to do this and think it works, and they really are getting messed up even worse when they realize it doesn't work. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't think that should be your goal. I think you should keep or develop your queen status regardless and don't adjust with, you know, because I think a lot of these women are doing this or having this behavior because they've been hurt by a guy, and instead of dealing with that hurt, they decide to take it out on every other guy they meet after that. So I don't know. I think you're not developing. You're going backwards. You're taking everything you learn to be a good person, and you're trading that to think with your emotions and get payback for what somebody else may have possibly done to you, and you're going downhill. And now you're dealing with pregnancy. I feel like whenever you know, have sex with a guy, a piece of you is in him, or in you. I mean, and I don't know. I don't know. To me, a woman, like I would never go after a Cardi B or a Meg Thee Stallion. One, because I don't want a woman that a whole bunch of people have. Like when I go to buy a car, I mean, I like to know that car hasn't had a lot of owners because that makes me feel more special, make me feel more executive. owning that, because I'm not gonna go somewhere and this thing doesn't have a lot of mileage on it as far as just a whole bunch of people. You know, to me that's just something I value more. I'm
gonna come left field with it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say that they should be able to do whatever they want to do.
They should.
If they want to do that, they should be able to do that. I think we shouldn't have nothing to say about the way they conduct themselves.
No, just like I don't have nothing to say about somebody that chooses to live a homosexual lifestyle.
It's all fair in this life we live in.
Doesn't mean I agree with it, but
that don't mean I gotta have you as my woman.
No. Now
I can observe you and be like, yeah. You know, I might even get down with the divine whore once or twice, but I'm not gonna put that in. I'm not gonna put that in my scheme of things. You know what I'm saying, for my life, because you know what I was just tripping on. We gotta let everybody make their decision, because we gotta make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta make a decision. Do I want to? You know, you want to walk into the room and every nigga in there is coming up to your girl talking about, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, only one time I've experienced that.
Word.
I'm transparent, brother.
Did you like it? Did it make you feel special?
No. It's like, you know, I don't know, like with sports back in the day, when it'd be a girl, like, you know, she was the football manager.
Yeah.
And all the football players hit her. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it was like. Like, everybody was like, you know, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's not a proud feeling. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
You're right, though. You're right.
But
you
I
know,
mean,
I'm not saying nobody should know her and speak to her. Nah, we're not talking about that. We talking about that. What's up? You give a chick, you know, you smashed.
No, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking
about.
You know,
you smashed her. So you give
her.
her.
It was like five guys, and they were all my homies, and they had all, you know what I mean, and that was. I mean, and it was worse. I don't want to go like it was, you know, it was my children's mother. That was painful. So you're walking into Applebee's with your car seat or your baby, and you see a number of your homies, and these same homies, you and them had one thing in common.
Damn.
Yeah. So it is.
You can't even brag about that being a certain way. Like, everybody doesn't know what that's about.
Yeah. So it really takes away from the quality of it, and you start to just think about that. And I think with us, we're more possessive, whereas for women, it doesn't bother them as much if they choose a guy that has been with a lot of different women. You know what I mean? I think actually a woman would prefer that you had been with a lot of other women. Like this one that said she doesn't want a guy that's bad at sex. A lot of times men have to get around to become better at that. They gotta pick up advice from different people, huh?
You know, the only way she could say that is she's been jumping on a lot of pony balonies. That's the only way, because she didn't have no experience, and she has sex. Whoever give her some, that will be the height of what she knows. But once you get that one, then she go to that second one, and that second one did something different than the first one that made her go, ooh. Then she go from that one to the third and fourth one, and this one got to do something. These all do something different. Now she has a collection of, not even her, this is people, have a collection of memories of what felt good. You know what I'm saying? By who? And they keep searching for that same, like that high, that drug. You know, having an orgasm is like a drug. So now he or she got so many experiences, and then you expect somebody to be this Build-A-Bear ass idea you got in your head to please you sexually.
And that's what women will tell other women that is possible. And that's why you have a lot of these old bitter women out here that are like, men ain't shit. No, it ain't men ain't shit. It's that you were trying to get this Build-A-Bear individual and he doesn't exist. It's a fairy tale. You know
Like,
what I mean?
I don't even think.
About it. What are you bringing to the table? A lot of the time,
Yeah.
times, a person will want you to be everything, but all you're coming with is baggage.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, it's not a lot of brothers out there really on their square.
No, and that's what makes it harder for brothers like us that are.
Now, what it is they get with certain dudes. I was one of them dudes, broke or hustling, and made it look like I had it, and they would get with me, and get the shaboing, and I'm out. And sometimes I would leave something in there. I'll leave a baby in there. Then I'm getting to the point where I'm getting all these kids and shit. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody taught me how to really like, we want to teach our girls. This is gonna be way out there. We want to teach our girls to reserve their bodies, but then teach our boys to flail it out. Just give it out as much as you want to. I'm feeling different. Without that fluid, there are no babies, and there are no abortions. There are no deadbeat dads. There are no single baby mothers. So we are 100% in control of that fluid. That life fluid is the most valuable substance out there known. I don't care what else it is. That fluid makes more babies. More babies make more resources, human resources. Gold don't have a value without the human to put the value on, or the person, the people to put value on it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, we gotta let them be what they want to be, man. If they want to be some, they want to be out there like that, man, we gotta let them be that way. Because go back to the old. Go ahead.
And going circling back, then we gotta let that young brother who clearly is possibly going to end up with many baby mamas. We got to allow him to go through that because, we don't know enough to be pessimistic. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe he may land a woman that can take care of him. It's known to happen. So, yeah, that everyone can live their life. But I think that ultimately, like, if I were to have a conversation with, going back to what you said about this woman or a particular individual that wants to be more promiscuous, I would want her to weigh more of her consequences in that behavior. I wouldn't sway her and tell her not to do this or not to do that, but just think about the consequences more than just the emotion for right now. Think about more like your future. Like, there was this Facebook post. Speaking of Facebook, this woman said, I hate the fact that I became a mother. I am tired. I don't get much sleep. I'm tired of making dinner. I'm tired of having to change dirty diapers. She said she wished if she could, she would take this all back. A lot of times people don't think about that, those type of consequences. And you really, if you weren't happy before kids, you're definitely not going to be happy after them. In my opinion, you know what I mean?
You gotta get yourself right and raise them to get stuff right. So if you ain't ready for it, you just really gonna wreck your life. You're gonna wreck somebody else's life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yep. But I'm actually I don't think women should carry the burden of doing what's right.
You don't think it should be a shared burden?
I don't think women should carry the burden of doing what's right. Okay. And the reason why I say that, because if we just pay attention to our lives, whatever the state men are in, women are always a counter to that. It's always like that. But they still seem, babies are being made by record number because they still love us enough to give us the smash, or like us enough to give us the smash, right? So we got
or they foolish enough.
Huh?
Or they foolish enough.
Yeah, so now we got to start being better, because if we not having that shit, right? Let's say we decide we're gonna go on a mission to get 100 men 6 figures. We're gonna figure out a way to help those men that are disciplined to get their lives up to where they making 6 figures, they can buy their own homes, all the things that women say they want in a man. It ain't what the women want, it's what we should be having Period. As an adult, we should be striving to constantly grow and improve and update our income and our living situation. It should always get better. If we're on that and we're not dealing with that nonsense, like we can still have babies up until 70, 80, 90 years old. So there's no rush for us. As men, there's no rush for us.
It's a benefit. It's a benefit. It really is to be a man, and it's not downplaying any women, but you just think about your role. You're the protector. You know there's more of you. There's less of you than there are of women, but we're stronger. And like you just mentioned, we can have babies. Our sperm can be good well past where we should be even doing that. You know what I mean? It's really a blessing. And when we start looking at that, I think that's where we pop up and we get more quality because we don't want to just give that to anybody. Like you just mentioned, you want to be able to get your house. That may be great for some women, but some women don't care none about that because they don't expect to have that stuff anyway. So they don't know how to respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's something later in life. Maybe they were like, oh man, I should have done right by that. Like that was a situation with me. And it's one of those things, unfortunately people encounter. Yeah.
Yeah. But if we were better, we'll command better.
If we knew who we are. And it's crazy because like I was talking to my mom's the other day when I went to Lee Summit, and I had debating forensics, and it was this white girl who had a very flat butt, very, very flat butt. And she told me, she said these brothers at the school told me I got a ghetto booty. And I'm like, they feel like they gotta lie like that to smash somebody like you. Like you wouldn't get a second look at anywhere outside of this area. But the crazy thing is that men don't really demand more. And I think it's those ones that do demand for more of themselves, they end up with an abundance of women because they have more confidence. They know who they are. They know their value. They're not always the most attractive guys. They're maybe not the most fit guys, but they know their value and they will tell a woman no, and they know exactly what they want. That's going to be appealing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. When you're being a certain type of way. Like I'm saying that when I say meaning men and women, they know when they're being a certain type of way. Either you're gonna fall for it or not. If you don't fall for it, they get away from you. It's no harm, no foul. But like old girl, when I was telling you about the chick, she fell for that. He did something to her to test the waters to see what's the limit he could go. You know what I'm saying? And she fell for it. Now, my opinion will be, let's say, like she has men in her life that show her that we don't deal with that. We don't play that. They told her what he was doing. So when that situation happened, she would know how to handle herself better than sit there. And you can tell like the act of desperation come in when you allow people to be abusive to you just to have them around. And that's what that was. To me, that's a borderline abuse. You know what I'm saying? Neglect. We make the plans. You neglect to even call or be courteous, show the common courtesy. Like, what are we talking about here? Like for a child, yes, but a grown up, man, please. I ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? And I would just speak of one situation where I would text a young lady, and if she don't even answer the text, then that's the same as like you're asking somebody a question, they look you in your face and then turn away from you. That's still dialogue, it's still conversation. So I'll be quick to be like, oh, okay, yep, I'm cool. I'm not even going to entertain trying to go no further than that conversation I tried to have with you, because you somewhere down the line you were hurt, and you don't know how to have a proper dialogue to achieve a goal. And so, but I do know that the goal through the conversation was all about me, what I would like, everything you like is like sub mediocre. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that's some regular shit. You know, like where you like to go eat. Applebee's or Olive Garden, like man, that's just a mid-grade McDonald's. Like that's not really no real place to eat that's nice. But when you ask them that and I would be okay like going to those places myself. But when you try to act like those are high-end places and you would have to take me to these type of places for me to give you give you my time, like no. I don't have to do. They don't say this, but the attitude is like that to steer you. And I'm quick to be like, oh no, we don't have any conversation here. And instead of me subjecting myself to deal with what she want for what she got, when are we gonna realize even though pussy not taste good, but feel good, even though it feel good, it's not the best thing for us. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best thing for us. It's been a lot of cultures. Kingdoms toppled behind some smash. A lot of businesses lost behind some smash. People done lost their life. So why are we making something that we considering to be so good, that's being so painful in our lives? I think somebody told me that the state of Missouri made $200 million off of child support. And I'm not saying that single black men are paying that, but our portion that we paid, we could eliminate that and create a lot more businesses if we just keep our pants closed or teach us the discipline of how to be able to enjoy the female company without losing your juice. We're not doing that. Even when we have conversations in the shop about it, I will have people that will fight me on this shit. Like, man, what the fuck is the use of doing it if I can't get a nut? So that's like, what's the use of smoking crack if I can't get high? And they quit smoking crack, but I want to get high. Oh man, how do you fix that? You can't, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta live by example. And sometimes this type of shit to me, man, I think it's gonna be like a generational thing. It's gonna be where you're gonna have to be this certain way for some other kid that you don't know, that or a man that you don't know watched you and talked to you and build and learned off of that, and then he has kids and it's gonna have to be like a model type thing. You're gonna have to see that shit to believe it. Like what does it look like for a man to control his sexual urges and grow old? A lot of these dudes you see that be like 50, 60, 70 years old, ripped, they ain't out there chasing pussy. They ain't dealing with that stress like we do. Them dudes is 5% or 0% body fat, still looking good, got the crispy white beard with the sharp line on it, but take their clothes off and take your girl. Your grandma, your girl, your daughters be tripping on them. You know what I'm saying? That's because that's a real fucking man. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that as an example, man. We go out like and we're gonna start doing this too, man. We're gonna start doing outside the barbershop. We're gonna just have some questions of the day, silly shit, just to get people to be like, oh yeah, and try to talk to us. We can just see what we are dealing with in our daily life. This is not a race thing. This is a man thing. Men state is like
a human being thing.
It's a thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This guy, huh?
This guy right here. Number one bullshit guy right here.
Yeah.
Hey man.
What's good, brother?
I got good reasons, man.
Yeah.
I know no excuses, only reasons. But I heard that, man. I'm that guy that with the white hair peel off.
Yeah.
You ain't old enough to be that guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
You ain't got enough stars.
Yeah, he's still a little young. Talking about you got another 20 years before you
can
be that guy.
I just gotta stay at it.
You gotta stay at it and keep motivating us to get on it. That's it.
Done.
Yeah.
What's the word, guys?
We just right now we building on the topic is should we treat them like queens, but we just showing how we we ain't even on our king. We ain't even raising our quality to be a king. So how can we command that type of personality from a woman?
I'm glad you asked. I definitely have some commentary, man.
Go on and bless us with it then.
Okay, check this out. You know, this thing been going on about men asking women what they bring to the table.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And the women is like, what I bring to the table.
I am the table.
Hey, check me out though. I'm Captain Left Field speaking. So I just took it all in. But now I'm of a mind that I'm siding with the women on this. Here's why. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Because just think about it. Whose job is it to like really do the knowledge,
the logic,
and use your look, listen, observe, and respect?
The logical one.
Exactly.
Yep.
So with that being said, why would you need to sit up there and ask a female what she bring to the damn table? What you need to do is do the knowledge and ascertain that shit for yourself and be a motherfucking man that way.
So just to add to what you're saying, that's why I say that I'm with,
and you act accordingly.
I'm with them being whatever they want to be.
They're gonna show you what they are.
Oh, let them show you who they are. If they want to be
gonna tell you, they're gonna tell you, they're gonna show you.
Then you do the knowledge and pick right and exact.
Because if you really on your square as a man, you're gonna be able to peep this. You're gonna be able to do the knowledge and peep and see what time it is. Is she for the streets or no? Not only should you be able to do that, but you damn right you supposed to do that. If you a man and you on your square and you really all the way into your man role.
I think that I've heard a mother tell her son that when he meets a girl, one thing he should ask her, what's her 5-year plan?
Hey, that's better than asking her what she brings to the table.
That's the same thing, though.
No, it's not.
It's a tougher question. I think it's.
Let me say it this way.
It's a tougher question. It's a tougher question, but it's not at all offensive.
You know what? You're right.
You're
right,
is,
Brandon.
Because you think about it. If it's 5 years, that means that you sat down and you came up with a plan that you had played with for so long, and you like, this is what I'm gonna be. This is my goal for the next 5 years.
Whether she with you or not.
So let me ask you this:
what you bring to the table? I can say that I'm working. I can say that I have a house. That doesn't mean I'm successful. But if for 5 year plan, that is something that you took time and you thought a lot about. Anyone can have a job, and that can be something bringing to the table. So that may mean I'm gonna bring. If you have a house note and your bill is $1,000. I'm gonna bring to the table $300. That is not gonna break me, but that's what I'm bringing to the table. So is that acceptable or not? I'd rather have somebody with a 5-year plan. You know what I mean?
So
but
check
again,
it out.
But it depends on it's depending on the man though, what you want in life. Like if you're just cool and you're fine with this apartment you're living in, nothing against it, that $300 may be perfect for you.
I got this question to prove my point, man. This is all I need to prove my point. So we're going to get 5 women. You can do 10 if you want. And we're going to ask them both those questions. See which one offends them. I bet you it don't be the 5-year plan. I think my 5-year plan is this. Because look, this is their chance. This is their chance to get to look like they're on top of their stuff.
If you ask anybody their 5-year plan, not anybody, most people, it's going to have a hard time answering that question.
They're going to look up.
Yeah, that's a harder question.
Okay, I agree. You keep saying stuff. You keep saying stuff that I can't disagree with. Mm-hmm. My only point is that women will be much quicker to get offended at the table question, especially because of how much it's trending.
Yeah.
Why are you looking to offend her though?
I'm not. That's why I'm not going to
But
ask
that's
her
the
what she
question.
brings. I'm not going to ask her what she brings to the table. I'm gonna peep that for myself. Now, I could ask her what's her 5-year plan, and that's not offensive. She will not be offended by that. She might be stumped. She might be stumped.
Okay.
But she won't be offended. She
Check
gonna do
me
like
out.
this.
Check me out. I got two things that
If
I
she
can see
doesn't
on
have
both.
one, you might get one that has one. And if you do, she ready. Oh, it's this, and I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna be like, okay.
Look, I got two things I see on both of them, right? I'm gonna deal with the 5-year. If she got a 5-year plan, that means she has forethought about her life, and you can see where her life is going. That has nothing to do with you. But the second thing I thought of is this: a man that asks a woman what she brings to the table, to me, that's a feminine ass passive aggressive questioning. This is why I say that, because a woman going to bring to the table what a man needs. That means he got to tell her what he needs on this table, what's missing. But what happens is they take the passive aggressive way, like a woman would do, and ask a woman's question to a man. You know what I'm saying? So they ask the female a female question that's appealing to her masculine side. That's what I just heard right now. What do you bring to the table? First of all, this is not a business. A business will be, well, we want to do this. We have a goal. What are you bringing to achieve this goal? What are you bringing to the table to achieve this goal? Not some ambiguous end game. And I'm asking you what you're going to bring to the table to help me figure out this ambiguous end game. But if I go ahead and do what Tommy say, and don't ask her what she brings to the table. I don't give a fuck, because I'm the one that got the table in the first place and start setting shit up on it. Because I'm on my shit the right way. And then I turn around and ask her what's her 5-year plan. Because if she ain't got no 5-year plan, she ain't gonna be able to. I can't even maneuver her onto my chessboard the way I need to, because she's gonna be limited in the spaces she can, go on the chessboard. So, yeah, I'm agreeing with kind of. I see both of y'all point.
What I'm just saying, this close.
No, what I'm saying,
this close, man, and you pull back on me, man. I don't like that, man. I didn't deserve that, man.
I've never asked a girl what she brings to the table. But what I'm saying is that a person should be more startled by a 5-year plan or being asked what their 5-year plan is than what they bring to the table.
Maybe they should be.
I agree with,
but they not.
agree, Tommy, what you said, because it's trendy and it kind of comes off as offensive. Because I'm gonna. This is my assumption. I think that when a person hears what do you bring to the table, that means that clearly from what I'm looking at right now, I have to ask that question because I cannot see that. From what I've examined from your conversation, your interaction, the way you walk, I cannot see your value. So I need you to tell me what you bring to the table. And I don't know. I don't know. I've never asked that question. It's hard for me. I've never asked that question.
Yeah, I don't ask that.
You ever watch The Price is Right?
Nah, not for real.
Okay. Well, when somebody loses a game, they have a sound effect. It goes boop boop ba doo. That's what I was thinking just now while you was talking. because I'll tell you why they won't get offended when you ask them what's their 5-year plan. You know why? Because it's an intelligent, respectable question. That's why.
I want even better. I'll tell you why they don't mind telling you what their 5-year plan is. Because they narcissists and they can't just help but talk.
Come on, man. Talk to them.
And that's just a natural thing. What you got going for yourself? That's what you're asking.
So,
you don't say that. You say, "What's your 5-year plan?" Means what you got going for yourself. What are you going to be
right on the podium
doing every day? So
I put her right on the podium where she want to be. Lights, camera, action.
Right where she want to be.
She wants that spotlight. She wants the spotlight, so she can tell you exactly what she think you want to hear.
Yep, and then siren your ass.
Or she can answer your question thoroughly. Or she can answer your question thoroughly, in which case, what you said earlier, she had all these good qualities. You know what I'm saying? That you get to be like, dang, okay. It's only a few ways that could go, 1, 2, or 3 ways.
And then you get the chance to see, is she gonna be a modern super single mother woman? Because a lot of her 5-year plans could be
really? Yeah, you do.
So loud.
I'm sorry.
I can't type.
A lot of her hit your mic, Tommy. When you,
Yeah, my bad.
but a lot of you,
we got a female want to chime in and comment.
She can. Yeah, definitely. We want to hear their point of view.
She said it won't let her. She said it won't let her.
On what?
To get in on it, be a ninja.
Chat Ninja.
Yeah.
She subscribed. She should be able to do it. Even
Are
if
you
she
subscribed?
Yeah, subscribe to comment.
To the channel, yeah.
You got to subscribe to the channel.
Got to subscribe to the channel. Ear hustling.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I come in here and disrupt everything. Just go and disrupt the whole. Just throw waters in our pond and
shake it up. Let's go.
Calm it down.
Hey, this
shake
that square. See if you really on it.
What my thing is, if you ask a woman her 5-year plan, if you're young and you're looking at building legacy, and she don't have something in her plan to one day fit that type of mode, then you already know what it is. She's career driven. You already know you're gonna have,
let me
you're gonna have a snapback dragon mouth if you got a career one.
I want to watch how you move. I don't even want to, because I'm afraid you're gonna lie to me because
anyway,
you've been ear hustling from you heard what somebody else had to say, and it just sounds good.
It sounds good.
I need to see how you move. And it takes more than just having a nice car and all that. I need to see how you move.
It's really pretty easy, man. It's super easy. It's super easy because we already peeping. And to add on to that, you shouldn't even ask her that if you do not have one for yourself.
Or you don't have the intentions of keeping her in, of putting her in your plans.
Either or. You know what I'm saying?
This is becoming very, very pimpish. No, I'm playing.
Hey, man. Hey.
Pimping been pimping since pimping been pimping.
Hey, it's in the blood, baby.
It ain't everything up. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't pimping like that, man, because we ain't trying to put them on no straw. We just letting them know there's certain things that as men we shouldn't be dealing with.
And look, again, if you're not on your square, you out there. Because the square is invincible. The square is bulletproof, bomb-proof. It don't chip, crack, just like the truth is invincible. And the more you line yourself up with the truth, the more invincible you become.
You're on your 360.
Damn it! If that ain't a jewel for you, man, I don't know what is.
The 180, 360 is right back where you started.
Word up.
But they need to make a 180, but the square is the circle. It's basically the circle.
4 right angles. You get them right angles together, you be all right.
Yeah,
all day, twice on Sunday.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that it's going back to quality. You got to raise our quality, and the
square is where the quality is.
And the standard we hold each other to as men is to stand on that square out of mediocre, stand above the rest, stand above what it is, and asking a woman, I call these talking points. If you asking these women that, like, what do you bring to the table? And I think even asking them what's their 5-year plan is a sneaky way. That's not sneaky. It's actually upfront. It's upfront to see what they're going to say and if they're going to be honest about it. But the best thing you can do is just don't ask no questions about that and do what Tommy's saying, spend time with them. How much time do we spend with chicks before we decide to make them anything?
2 hours.
You know what I'm saying? We see that Botox and be like, oh my goodness, I gotta have some of that. But the truth is we don't spend no time with them. Like, maybe we should spend a year or two just observing them to see.
I wouldn't even say a year or two, because it could vary. I don't think it'd take that long to really ascertain what's going on here.
Women will tell you they can hold a mask on their face for 6 months or more.
Hey man, and if you let her tell you that means you let her piss on your head and tell you it's raining.
I ain't saying that she telling me. I'm saying women that will tell you this information as friends. You ain't dating them. You're not with them like that. You're just like, y'all cool people. You know what I'm saying?
The same difference.
And she'll tell you that about other women, not about her, about other women. You gotta watch.
Everybody tell on themselves. The more
That's what I'm
time you
saying.
spend around someone, the more they're gonna tell on themselves.
As men, like I said, we can get older in life and still have a joyful life as long as we stay disciplined. So we don't have to be in a rush to get with none of these women when we talking about building a legacy. We talking about having a peaceful home. We talking about building a home for what we want and finding a woman that's gonna be that counterpart to the things that's missing in your life to help you progress. We should be really taking our time with that.
Can I interject real quick?
But
I think that a lot of times us as men, we go after the wrong ones. I think that we've been trained and we're continually trained to go after the ones that are harder to keep. We're hunters, so we want that car that everyone has their eye on. A lot
trained or indoctrinated or induced.
No, we're trained to do that with as far as like just even the biggest training is videos, TV, and all of that. Instead of going after that woman that's going to have your back completely, you know what I mean?
Programming? You mean programming? Is that the same as programming? Regularly scheduled programming?
Training, programming, indoctrination. They all ride together.
Tie in together, right?
Yeah, it's a process, and I think that it's unfortunate. It's very, very, very unfortunate. Like, for example, for a while, we were trained to not go after dark-skinned women. You know what I mean? And we limited our pool. Not saying that there aren't cool women. We limited our pool. Huh? What?
We all saying not me. We all went after the
shout out to the beautiful.
So my generation, it was I'm only messing with Mexican and light bright. Nobody dark skin. Like, you know what I mean? Even you got Kodak Black coming out and saying stuff about that. Heck, rest in peace to Nipsey. That was something that they were on. A lot of people follow that, and it just like I said, I mean, you miss the value in what this person can offer you because based on the fact that you're going off what other people tell you should be going after. And I think that has stopped a lot of good men from progressing because they're going after the wrong type of woman. You're going after the woman that everybody wants, and this girl is not all together. But it's like for us, it's crazy. And then maybe this would be a different talking point, but I think that we go after these women that we have to work even harder to keep instead of going after the one that's working hard to keep you. You know what I mean? That's going to help you.
That's because we don't be together. If we was together, we wouldn't go through all this.
What do you mean we're not together?
That's why we focus on us. I'm not focused on them and fixing them.
No, it's not fixing them. It's basically what I mean. What I'm saying is that we don't marry into someone that is good for us.
Conducive, right?
Yeah, we marry into somebody that really we shouldn't be with. This we had so many signs, and then you'll have other people come along and women do the same thing. And I think a lot of times women are punished for going after wrong guys when guys do the same thing. Guys go after women that are no good, and we have to change that. We have to change that because I think that plays a big role, big role.
Listen, man, I don't disagree with you, bro, but I just want to take it a step further. You keep saying what I'm on, and I think what I know Mr. Butters is on, and probably Buddha P can concur as well, is that changing our quality addresses all that. The more men who have a raised quality, this is going to have an adverse gravitational pull type of effect on women in general. And a lot of them will, raise their quality, will raise as a result of that.
Facts.
That makes sense?
Facts. That goes back to
because it's nature. Because that's nature. That's how it's supposed to go. That's it's not a thing to be argued about.
But that's not the likeliness. The likeliness, the realness in that taking place is not as likely. So with us looking at this from a realistic standpoint, because most men are not going to gravitate to the level that they're supposed to be at. We can hope and wish for that all day, but the reality that's not going to That's not going to be the case. So with that being said, is that for the real ones, the real men that are going to meant to gravitate, be confident in your gravitation and don't take no wooden nickels or whatever the case may be. But most of us are not going to get there. Most of us are not going to.
Listen, this ain't about who ain't gonna get there. This strictly about who get there. I ain't say if it's a lot or a many or a small number. Whoever get there, that's who that applies to. Because who they choose, who they see fit to deal with, they finna be on point, just like that man is. Because it's nature. That's the law of gravity. Period.
That's not true.
I don't think so because the sun is ultramagnetic, man. It has a gravitational pull to keep the planets in orbit, man. You can't tell me that ain't nature.
But look at the proof in this. That you got a lot of rich men, Bill Gates, all these other men that are rich that are elevating, and they can't keep their woman.
So you really gonna equate being rich with being on your square right now, King Business? That ain't the same thing at all. You got a whole lot of rich dirt bags, suckers, simps, whack ass people, man. Whack ass dudes. They got a bunch of money, man. Being rich don't put you on your damn square at all. At all. It's way bigger than that.
Yeah,
we talking about men. It's a whole lot of non-men, whatever. You know, whichever direction you're gonna go with that part. They not men. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. It's a whole lot of broke men out here that's real men.
Yeah. And to me, I mean, whatever real men is whatever you plan on doing in your real life. So if your plan is to be broke, and you a real broke man, then that's your plan for life. You know what I mean? Or that's your plan for the moment, or whatever the case may be.
Let me reiterate. So let's check this scenario out. You got somebody that's, might be from whatever background and didn't receive a good education, but they had a good model of a man, or somewhere they learn how to be a real man and how to be on a square, responsible, and take care of their business. Like, let's say, like The Rock, that show The Rock. What was he, a garbage man? He ain't making no ton of money, but he taking care of his family like a man. Period. It's a bunch of men. They figured it out, man, with next to nothing. See what I'm saying? Whether they was living in a shack and they was living off the land, planting gardens, all type of scenarios.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
money
again,
ain't
your
got nothing to do with it, because money ain't even real.
And to be a man, to me, you got to be a success.
You talking about in this society?
No, because a success is basically however you want to live your life. You're being successful at that. So if your life is to be a teacher, you're successful. If your life is to sell the trade basketball cards, that's the plan you have. That's
I totally agree.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that. I don't think that maybe not in our lifetime will we see that type of change where it'll affect most women. But I think that what we need to do, in my opinion, is that we need to encourage our young men, our the ones that we do have a hold of, to go after quality, to demand more from themselves. And with demanding more from themselves, a woman will choose either be with it or be gone. And when if a woman does choose that, understand that that doesn't make you any less than who you are. And it's gonna work out for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But don't follow those trends of what you see everybody else doing. You know what I mean? Just stay on your, as you say, square. Stay on your square. Keep going. Keep going.
We got to start by being the change. We have to be the change.
Yes,
we do. That's
exactly, I think a lot of us are already the change.
What our first step is.
I believe that there's a lot of good men that are already the change.
Can I chime in for a second?
Yes, sir.
Because I heard a few things when y'all were talking. I just want to make sure that we're not saying this, right? Because there are the measure of a man is not in how much money he earns.
No, I'm saying success. I'm saying whatever you choose for your life, you're successful at it.
Let's say this right here. If we're a group of men, then we have to come to an agreement on what manhood is. You know what I mean? Like we can't have 3-4 different terms for what manhood is, and it can't be something ambiguous. You know what I'm saying? Based on our personal choices, because you know we've done some pretty childish boy-like feminine stuff in our life, and a lot of shit we done has been based on emotion and how we felt. And even when we look at who do we really have models out here in society that points in the direction of being what a real man would look like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that we not doing it for ourselves and we don't have that, but it can't. Manhood has to be something that dollars don't have nothing to do with. Being you know, successful at something is anybody, you know, a gay guy can be successful. A transgender can be successful at something. A woman can be successful at something. Does it make them be what they choosing to be? You know what I'm saying? So I would say that manhood and womanhood is something that has nothing to do with what we achieve in life and what we can collect in life. I would say it will start. It would definitely not have those things in there, because you know you say a man is a protector. Does that mean we got to pick up a gun to protect? No. Sometimes we got to protect the people around us from themselves if they're emotional and they get out of hand. That's where the logical mind comes in, looking, observing, and paying attention, and then being disciplined enough to discipline, or loving enough to add the correction, which may require discipline, which is a form of protecting as a person in the future from making bad decisions. So, like, that's what being um, a man of protecting means. Make sure that his family have the basic needs. Like one thing that my father taught me, and he didn't have a lot of money, but he taught me how to have a lot of resources. You know what I mean? So I can teach my kids how to go plant a garden. So now my son knows, you know, if things get bad, take your ass out in there into some dirt and plant some seeds, and what to do with those seeds, how to, you know, how to make your garden grow. And my daughters know how to what to do with that stuff when they get it, which is nourishing the body. You see what I'm saying? So I'm giving them the qualities, especially my boys, of manhood, and they not making a dollar. They just baby men. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever a man is, a woman cannot say that that's what she has to do too. All right, you can't take the attributes of manhood and say, well, it can apply to a woman. You can't take the attributes of womanhood and say, well, it can apply to man. Some aspects of the human body do apply, but the genderhood, if you want to call that, of what we dealing with, you cannot assign to another. You know, that's just my take on it. I mean, I still haven't defined it. I just know that we can't use. We have to make sure that those things are solid and we agree upon them. Because when we agree upon them, we can hold each other to that standard. You know. But yeah.
Do all to that. That's a good bill.
Yeah, but that was just, you know, I see where y'all both going, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I mean, I think that it's important though. I mean, I think that it's important to have like these conversations because there are different perspectives that each one of us have from different backgrounds. And,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you one question. I don't mean to cut you short, but this is a good question. What's on my mind? If to your question about being successful, right? Mm-hmm. If we focused as men as raising our quality, what would be the rate of our success based on us continuously checking our quality and raising it and holding each other to that high standard?
Will be the rate of success.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like within a certain time period or within
just period. If your life, if the life we live,
yeah, I mean, if and are we speaking like 30% men, 90% of men, 70%?
Let's use just 10 men. If 10 men, or we can use us 4 right here. If we decided to say from this day forward, we're going to live a life based on raising our qualities to the highest level in all you know aspects, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, you know, in any other type of level, we say we going for the highest, we're going for the excellent level. And until we get to that, you know, there's no resting, there's no compromising. It's strict, rigid discipline.
Mhm.
That means everything we touch will be better when we leave it.
Mhm. As it should.
If we get with women, they better off than what they was before when we leave them.
Mhm.
If we go to work at a place,
That's
we
what it's
raise
supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. That's what happens when
It's
when
supposed
we
to be
focus
that.
on our quality. We are, you know how you can go into a room and affect people with your negative emotion. You can go into a room and affect people with your quality. Like, you know, there's one time, I don't know how this, I was tripping when the dude did it, but I was at the shop one day working, and young boy came in there, but he, you know, he was about his business, and he was start telling a story to the shop and cursed, and he turned around and said, "Oh, excuse me, my apologies, OG." And I was looking like, "Nigga, OG, who are you talking to?" You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, it was the quality that he perceived from me that made him feel like, or to, you know, check his mouth, because that, dang, this ain't that. Even he said, this ain't that type of place. This is where you hold yourself with class. And I'm not bigging myself up. I'm saying that I try to focus on my quality, so people that come around get affected by that quality. Now, once they infected, they'll do something that'll raise my quality. Now we're both challenging each other to raise their quality. And now you got like a group of us, then we start to do that financially. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Then
Yeah.
we start to do that spiritually. We start to do that intellectually. You know what I'm saying? We intimidate half the bullshit out there, man. Half the people won't fuck with us because that energy is something they're not used to. They're not used to the energy of someone with quality. They used to the energy of ratchet, the demons, warlocks, you know, hustlers. They used to that quality, but they're not used to the quality of a man that can rise above that, and they get intimidated. So half the women won't mess with you. So when you go to ask,
have no problem having discipline. See, these, I'm gonna spit a few little things out that are qualities of personal quality: discipline, integrity, accountability. I'm gonna stop right there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And those are bricks, those are blocks in the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that means, man. That's what quality means. You have those things, and you have the other things, and you have these. You have a good amount of them, like, you know, sound qualities, and they locked in. This is when your quality is high. This, you know what I'm saying? Because in order for, like, okay, financially successful people or business, you know, you're gonna be that way. It might be, you know, it's a lot of them terrible health, obese, you know, heart problems, all this.
Yeah.
Now they on top of the business game, successful, got tons of money.
They got their finances together.
Tons of money, but barely can enjoy it because of all of the health problems, right? Now, does that make them a high quality person? High value, maybe. High quality,
Yes,
I don't think so.
Talk about it.
You know what I mean? So we talking about quality, and we talking about our square. And bro, you saying a 30%, 90%. We don't got to deal with none of that. This ain't about none of them. This ain't about nobody outside of us four. That's right here in this cipher right here. We talking about.
I think I would have
deal with is, hold on, let me finish. All we got to deal with is us to affect the change that we speaking on. It might be small, it might be a few here and there and have a ripple effect, but it's damn sure gonna have that some kind of effect. So we can, you know what I'm saying? We can absolutely, we count. Us four, we count in what we're talking about. We count. So if it's just us out of everybody in the world, it matters. It counts.
No, it's not about not counting. If you look at it, like, let's pretend like
you're trying to say how much it counts. You trying to measure how much it counts. 30%, 90%. We're not measuring that.
We're talking about change. So let's pretend like all four people on this panel right now are already doing that. If that's the case, if this is going on at this point, and we're still having conversations about this still being a struggle, then where are we at?
We ain't there. We ain't all the way there, but we getting there. It's a
We
journey.
still
It
in the
ain't
same.
no.
We still in the
It's a
same.
marathon, man. It ain't a sprint.
Yeah,
It's a
we
marathon.
still in the soup until we, the soup is cooked
We
and
climbing.
changed. Still in that.
I don't know. I mean, like I'm gonna say that for myself. Yeah, I'm elevating. When I have the opportunities, I'm making sure I'm coaching, I'm encouraging. I take the most. I don't bullshit a lot with my time. I'm at it. I'm at it, and like I said,
I vouch for that. I vouch for that. So
no,
that means
I'm just saying for me, but it would how the effect I see it changing this interacting with the people that I interact with, making sure that my children understand that, what you see on TV is what you see on TV, but that's not real, and that's not an expectation you should be going after for your life.
Man,
you know what I mean? So I'm looking at change there. I can see change there. Like I said,
for proving my point.
What is that?
There's a floor. Ain't no ceiling. Floor. If you slip, you can hit that floor real quick. But
my thing is
going
this,
up,
right?
it's a different story.
Okay.
It take you longer to get up. See what I'm saying? You can slip and fall, boom, hit the floor. Blink of an eye, you're on the floor. You ain't finna go no past the floor or the ground. That's where it stops at. No ceiling though, so it just don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
It's optimistic. It's very optimistic,
It's
and
a
I like that.
lifestyle.
I would want to. I think that's really good to be optimistic in that way. I just, I think that, like, for example, you have children, right?
No doubt.
Yeah. So you have children. So you're coaching your children. You're telling your children, hey, I know you see them doing this and moving like that. That's not what you want to do. So I don't know if you have boys or girls, or if you have both. Both. So you're teaching your girls that a type of guy they need to be interested in needs to be somebody that's a man, and that's not going to lead you astray or have you homeless or in a position where you just are doing without. You know what I mean? So you have that group that you're encouraging, and maybe she's encouraging other people. And I'm not saying the change is not going to happen. That's why I was just trying to get a real good grip or what exactly we were discussing. But yeah.
I would say this, right? Because we're talking about the quality of us as men, right? And we're also looking at how do we quantify that to where it makes sense to all of us that yes, that's what it is, and we're looking at is success part of that, right? Let's say this. I would say no, but if you are a man of quality, there's no way you're successful by yourself. If you don't have the skills, I'm saying this is all of us, any man, not us on the panel, but any man. If you don't have the skills to make other people successful the same way you made yourself successful, then that you're actually letting down the community. Because if I can get to a certain level of success, it's franchisable. I call it let's call it that, where you can teach that and share that with another person, and in order for them to see that same success you see. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like, that's really, success on being on the top of the mountain is nothing, but it's people that get on top of the mountain, and when they friend come up, they destroy the top of the mountain to make a plateau for all of them to stand, and then they keep everybody beneath them based on the quality of their work and the fuckery too. But we just talking about those who focus on their quality. So
are you saying that basically? So you're saying that successful is going to be more like you have success, but you have to bring somebody else with you. You need to be down in.
No, I'm saying success is a attribute any gender can have, even a transgender.
Yeah,
but the quality.
You can still
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say you can still be in your gender without it.
Yeah, but what the qualities of that are expected of a man, like men will hold men accountable.
They should. They don't. They should. They should.
Well, we're saying that men do.
Oh,
Those
men do.
who
Okay.
acting like men don't. But men hold each other accountable. Like even right now in this conversation, we kind of being like kind of, tippy toe. But if we really get into the conversation, we really put it out there, we may have to correct each other.
Yeah.
And it should not look like we're politicians.
No.
You see what I'm saying? And so that what I'm saying is, if we're going to talk about raising our quality as men, it's no way that me as a man who's on my discipline, because that's something all of us can have, but a man's going to be way more disciplined than a female would on the things that matter towards his manhood. She's disciplined on femalehood. But if we're on our square, we're not selling for mediocre. We're being disciplined. We're doing all the things that we agree upon as manhood. We're going to see success in everything we touch and do because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like we're going to have to try. It built in us in the way that we handle things. So if I can get a level of success and I consider myself a man, there's no way I can look at another man that I'm qualifying as a man and not be a part of that success too, which means I spread the knowledge that I have of me getting there. And if I get there through discipline and hold myself to a high standard of excellence, I require him to do that. It's kind of like the Sith Lord and his apprentice. You only can have one. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do a lot. If the four of us, let's say the four of us went in not apprentice, we just helped another man raise his quality. And he starts to see life. He starts to see life through the lenses how we see things, and we're successful. Then he'll want to be successful just off of sure proximity. But if we are not in the proximity of these individuals, we really won't affect their life much. They only can look at it, but they really can't see how you handle the subtle nuances that made you what you are. Sometimes you got to spend time with those people. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can't use success as that paramount. We have to use other words.
No. But success is a part of being a man, and it wasn't.
It's only a byproduct. It's only a byproduct of you being on your quality.
Yeah, but to be a man, you have to. I mean, you're succeeding at being a man, so that's successful and within itself. So I don't see how it would be a byproduct. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: if you got a job, and you're happy making $35,000 a year, right? That's considered success.
Yes.
Right. What is successful about it?
Because that's your goal. If that's your goal, then you're successful. Your goal, if your goal is to have a job, then you're successful at that. Whether it's 35,000 or 15,000 or 10,000, if that's your goal, then you're successful at that. Like, for example, the guy going back to the barbershop conversation, if his goal is to have as many women as possible, even though it may not be the best decision morally, he's successfully fulfilling that role because that's what his goal is. So
right. So what is the quality of him as a man, though?
As a man, for him, being a man may be having sex with women, and it's really up to.
You just said, for him, you made the act of being man as if it's personal to him, and we all not men. We all should be able to stand on a basic foundation of what manhood is, just a basic one. And then the type of man you are, based on those basic foundations, will be something different. But that's one of the issues we have in brothers out here with poor quality wanting more men. And then they don't strive for nothing more than just to have a job and everything. So even by your standards, if he's successful at that, and I know, he'll get the lowest of the women. His whole career,
not necessarily true. Not necessarily true, because there's men that are successful to get the lowest of the women. So I think that I feel like I had friends that when I was growing up, they had like these hourly jobs that had a woman that was more loyal to them than some of my friends that were successful. I think it's a judge of that person. I mean,
So
I
then
think
that takes me back to what you just helped me say, that it's the quality of that man. It's not the money that he made. It's the quality of who he is.
No, and it's not the money. It's not the money.
You know
And
what
if
I'm
it
saying?
came off that, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not
It's
saying
also not the success, because he's not very successful, even if that's what he wants. See, we can't take success and make it
the
personal.
definition of success is fulfilling. We can look it up, but success.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Because my understanding. Let's look it up first.
So my thing with it all is, what's the next step, right?
The accomplishing of an aim or a purpose. That's what
Aim
success
or
is.
the accomplishment of a moral purpose.
Accomplishment of an aim
good,
or a purpose.
The good or bad outcome of an undertaking. Let's go all the way into it. A person or a thing that achieves desired aims. Attends fame, wealth, and health. Wealth and etc. The attainment of fame, wealth, and social status.
Those are examples.
This is all the part of the definition to give you a clear understanding. So even if you're trying to achieve fame and wealth, anybody can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can say, like you just said, you can say, I want to be successful at, like, I want to have tons of women. That's what you are searching to be successful at. But that's a poor quality.
That's a poor quality, but it's still a success.
But we're talking about of high quality. So the first thing we should focus on is understanding what is quality. What does that look like to raise your quality? What do you look like going? Can you actually see the quality that you're at, and then bring yourself up, and then at the same time raise it to the point where you can help someone bring it up? Because in doing so, everything else, like Tommy said, will change, because the quality of the materials that, let's look at cooking, right? If you go out and get the subpar ingredients, you're successful. But if you search for the excellent ingredients, the top of the line ingredients, the chances are what you're going to cook is going to have a better health and taste.
But it doesn't mean it's going to affect a lot of people, though. It doesn't mean it's just going to be your dish that you're making. So that doesn't mean other restaurants are going to follow your trend of how you're cooking.
No, they won't. But if they see that like, let's look at how in America almost everybody have the same menu. Correct? They almost all have the same menu at every restaurant. Why is that? Because they follow what works. And what works makes billions of dollars for those industries. I'm saying all of them together. How many restaurants out there that serve the same foods? Come on, y'all. We done been to them. I can go on my thing right now on the plaza, and there's several different restaurants on the plaza that have the same menu. And these are top-notch restaurants. These are the high end on the plaza. That means that people see what works, and they follow what works on the basic level. And they have some different little special dishes here and there. So what I'm saying is we can come to.
So how would people? So my question would be then, how would people see what works? How would that work in your mind? How does that work? Is that like getting involved with boys and girls clubs? Is that like what is that? What does that look like?
Well, like we saying, we got to start with self.
So once self is good, then once self is good, then what's the step after that? Let's pretend.
The ego gets involved when you feel like you have to come up with a plan to change everybody. The ego's involved. That's why we made it one person at a time. Like me, I'm the first person. My children are the second and third. Now, once I do that, I try to grab my bros and link up. We link them arms up, and we check each other on their quality. We don't let each other that fall. Then it goes from our brothers till we start to do that with strangers, because it's a way of life, and that's all you're going to see from us is holding that standard and holding that quality. So that's what it looked like. And it made, like I said, these type of things that we're talking about humanity is the people are infinite. As long as the conditions are there, we're going to keep just boiling over babies continuously. So in that process, the stronger we start to develop ourselves and develop members in our community, that when our kids are born or when they get older, they see those qualities that mom and dad had already in the community. It gives them a reason to have that. So that's why we have to have it more. And then we have to insist that the next man have it more. We don't let you get away with that shit. We hold you to the fire. And like I said, you can affect people with energy more than you can with just show, like, you know, telling them what to do. You could walk into a room and make people like wonder, who the hell are you? And when you start to talk, man, I like the way that dude talk. And you may not even have a conversation with them, but they want to raise their quality up to be like you. That's where it starts. It doesn't.
But you say a lot of time. You said I'm just making sure I understood that. You said that for a lot of times you walk in a room, and if you have a high quality about yourself, you'll almost in a sense have individuals that may look up to you and may want to follow in those same steps, right?
No, what I'm saying is you could not in that, because it's you walk into the room and you affect people. You just affect them energetically. It could be, it's up to their interpretation how they have been affected by you. And what I'm saying is, like, when someone walks into the room, you can tell when they have qualities of a certain level and you observe them. That observation sometimes is all you need. Now they're going to pick what they need from you or what they don't need from you. You know what I'm saying? It's like when a doughboy walk in and the little kids see the doughboy got it. They don't see what he's going through. They see what they see, and it's attractive. Now they are the ones making it up. You know, if I make up what I expect people to get, then that's my ego saying that this is what I'm going into the room to do. No, I'm saying that if I go into that room having a good day, people in that space are going to feel that energy and have a good day. If I go into that room and I'm having a bad day, I go into that room, it's going to affect some people and they're going to feel that bad energy. But if I go into the room with constantly want to raise my quality, it gives people a certain energy too, and they have to respond to that in the way that makes them, you know, feel, whether that's like observing you, wanting to be like that. Maybe, you know, think about it when you was a kid. How many dudes did you see that was on that shit? You was like, man, I wish I could be like so and so. You know, all the dope boys in our community. How many, you know?
And again, it went. I mean, to me, I think the best, because we had this conversation. I think last time you had the panel and the internet didn't work. There was an issue with that. We were talking about as far as making it more attractive. How do you bring people in and help them see, like for example, if I'm on, if my kids are watching on TV and they see, let's say for example, Lil Wayne, nothing against Lil Wayne, but they see Lil Wayne going the wrong way, and I'm telling them, hey, you don't need to go that way. But they're like, well, but Lil Wayne got these cars. You ain't got those cars. He got this money. You ain't got that money. My thing, the purpose of what I'm bringing that up for is that how do you convince people, our young ones? I hear Tommy talk a lot about our youngins. You know what I mean? How do you reach them, because they are the future? You know what I mean? In that sense that they'll listen to you, because to us, we're old school. You're like, oh, you're an old head. You don't know what you're talking about. You in a different generation. You know what I mean? But
you respect them as a person, and you respect their intellectual space as well. That's how. Because, you know, I always treated my children like people. I never treat them like kids.
Have you ever had anybody not listen to you because there was a big year difference?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Those
both ways, older and younger.
Yeah, those. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you know, with and my children you know, it's still work to get them to listen because
Your
you know
children, our children are a little easier though. I'm talking about like, for example, like the dude y'all had in the barbershop. You know,
Mhm.
with the little bit of time you have with this person, you're trying to not only cut his hair and hook him up, but you're trying to give this young brother some game that's going to help him.
we wasn't trying, but
Oh.
he was able to recognize quality. He was able to recognize some qualities, man, some quality.
That's why he come in there to talk to us about it.
Mhm.
You know, he didn't have a man in his life. He had his grandmother in his life.
Mhm.
He get older, he befriends. This is a conversation we had with him. He befriends a female to because that's all he knew his life. So he see what he see in us and come to share with us, thinking we gonna be like, oh man, you pimping. And we was like, oh nigga, what? We took him far left. He didn't even expect that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like on that level, we didn't settle for that mediocre. We told him straight up what time it is. Now the thing is, going back to what Tommy said, he don't give a shit about what we got to say. He's already pre-programmed to want what he want, and he coming there to talk to us so we can be like, ah, yeah, man, you're
Cosign.
the man.
We'd be looking for
Yeah.
a cosign.
So that's the one thing you gotta look at. You can't save a person that's not drowning. And
But my question for you that if somebody would have came in there and vouched, let's say it was somebody that was just pulled up in something crazy, that somebody crazy, and you think he would have more listened to that person that he may have been able to like, damn, that shit is hard he got on. Excuse my language, but that stuff he
No,
got
I don't
on.
think if that's what he would do, then I can't speak for him. But I will say that you know, you know, if people are more attracted to the devil, should we act devilish?
They are.
Should we act devilish to get more people's attention?
They don't call it devil, but that is it's
This
things,
is what
it's
I'm saying.
trinkets. People
This
are
is
more
what I'm
attracted
saying.
to trinkets. Yeah.
If they are attracted to, let's call that devilment, should we be more devilish? You see what I'm saying? Like if he's attracted to that and he'll listen to that, well, that would be something the consequence he would have to live up with. We wouldn't
Well,
have to.
and we can't even say it's devilish. I mean, at least I can't say it's devilish because
No,
that
what I'm
doesn't
saying
just
is
because the message is coming from somebody that
I use
may
that
have a
to
lot
say-
doesn't mean it's devilish.
I
That
use
means-
that to say this: whatever form that something takes that's not of what I'm trying to like. Say I'm coming a certain way, but somebody pulls up with a jag, and he'll listen to what they say. The problem is not he got blinded by the shiny lights. The dude may be telling him some garbage. He may not have the discernment because he's only attracted to what he wants to hear and what will make him feel better. See, that's part of the trans culture. This is how I feel inside. I feel as if I want to listen to him because he have on prettier clothes than you, or his car looks better than you. Then that's a mental illness on his part. He's not asking for the help. But if a young man comes in and say, "OG, let me see what you think about this," and you bless him with that few minutes while you got in the chair, he's open. He asked for something. He opened up his mind for you to give him what he asked for, versus me taking
or to validate what he's doing, or to validate,
or for me to take it upon myself to feel like I can help all young boys. Some boys were born with they come with stuff that they got to live out that don't have nothing to do with me. I can't save them, but the ones that grow to see, those are the ones that come talk to you, and those are the ones you give what you give. There's a few guys that you know, you could say some things to them, and they will it'll be simple to you, but it reroutes their whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's the power of the words. Like I would say this right here. When a person actually grows through something and they live through it, then you got a person who read the notes of the person who went through it. They both know the information, but one, the gravity of his words come with conviction of living it. It'll have a higher quality, and it can change that. It can change people's minds and weigh heavy on their heart when they hear it, or can rotate in their mind and make change. Versus a person who just reciting the life that the person who lived it did. It sound good, but they really can't give you nothing more than just it sound good. You understand what I'm saying?
No. I get it. I get it.
Yes. Yeah, but you know, fellas, it's 2.5 hours. I want to keep going, but I gotta get up early.
Yeah, I had something I wanted to interject, kind of off
Yeah,
kilter.
so we can go ahead, you know, keep it.
We can close on this though, and come back to it. The frequencies, yo. All these things that we was talking about tonight carry frequencies, vibrations. There are different frequencies we need to be operating on because they heal us, right? Just like how we say, just like how we like good music, and we know, positive music from negative music. We need to take it a step further and incorporate these frequencies and how they can heal us, open up our minds, and all these other. I got a list of different frequencies I can send to y'all just so y'all can get your mind going to see, on these different levels of hertz, what they doing to us, how they helping us or how they hurting us. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I think we can incorporate into what we building on, becoming better men and raising our quality. Where are you vibrating from? Because as we all know, vibrations make sounds. Sounds create letters. Letters create words, and words cast spells. So what spells are we casting to ourselves every day when we talk to ourselves on different levels? You know what I'm saying? So something I think we can.
I agree with you, bro, because that's what I was sharing with bro. Sometimes you could live a life, you could go through an experience, and your spell is stronger than the person who just read the spell book.
Word.
So that means the gravity of your word hold more quality than the person who just read the book. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
All right, is everybody? I'm only able to see Tommy right now. I don't know if this.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know.
It just happened like a minute ago. I mean, I know we about to end, but I just didn't know if that was just my stuff doing this.
Well, let me take this time to welcome everybody. I'm gonna take this time to welcome everybody to the Tommy Max Show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night.
Thanks for coming out. God bless you and good night.
All right, I'm glad I slid in, man. I did my damnedest, man. I was having some hella fire.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, fellas. It's just
that's crazy.
You know why you being put on blast, though. You was over there sleeping for a second, boy.
Oh, come on.
I seen that. I wasn't gonna say nothing though.
That's crazy. He just nodded. He just nodded.
I don't know
like
what's going
60
on.
seconds ago.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
That's crazy. It is.
Well, yeah, man, good build.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. And you know what you shouldn't have said what you said, B. Started talking about the frequencies. I was like, hold on, these niggas about to figure some shit out. Don't no more. You know what I'm saying? We need to be on it, man. I don't want to wait another 2 weeks before we do a show, man. I want to be on it, man. 2 or 3 shows a week, y'all, because we be on some shit. We get better, but the more we do it.
Yeah, man. Raise our quality up. Stay on it. Keep them vibrations up. Because that's what we doing. Like we get the vibrations up and then we let them go down again. We need to keep them shits up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right.
Right up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot y'all. I'm gonna text y'all these frequency joints so y'all can see.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what it is.
We all back up now. Where King B go? He gone?
Right.
I see everybody with King B. Okay.
Yeah, I told you, man. They you don't let us say nothing. Just on some shit right now. But yeah, that's what's more important. Like I do like how, like, no matter what we talk about, no matter what we talk about, we always come back to being better, doing better, raising our quality. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we on, we don't blame the women for who they are. You know, we accept them for who they are, you know, and then that means raise our quality so we can choose better because there's way more of them. That means that to find the one that'll fit us, you're gonna have to dig a little bit. And you can't be afraid to dig.
Yeah. You can't be out there mixing energies with any and everybody thinking that's gonna help the process. Nah, you gotta raise it.
Just
It's
because
like
she
when we
look
talked
good.
about, we talked about that level of agreements, what you agreed to. You know, that's one of the laws right there. What you agreed to as a young man, it's not the same thing you agree to today. So you need to tune into those laws too. You know what I'm saying? Because like what we were speaking to, when we raise our quality, we become magnets. We start attracting things. So now we got to tap into the laws of attraction. How do they work? You know what I'm saying? So it's all a beautiful process, but we need to know the process. We need to be in tune with the process. You know what I'm saying? That's how we can see where the gray areas are, where the live areas are, and where we need improvement at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a delicate walk, but we capable. We very capable. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yep. So what y'all thinking? Y'all want to give it a couple days and we jump back on? Or well, hold on, what's today? Wednesday, it'll be Friday.
Wednesday. I don't care. I got a show. I got a show coming up next Wednesday, so I won't be on next Wednesday because me and Donnell got a little show.
Yeah, he told us about it. He came in and told us.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know, let's come up with some good topics, you know. Get as much as you can so we can build on it and we can go ahead and push the level and then everybody share the social media so we can get some people like, share, subscribe so we can build this little platform, man.
Yeah. And then we can deal some more with that one you showed us too. With the Siobhan Bill, that podcast. Yeah. We can go over that some more too,
I might
I didn't even really get to the part where what they was missing. You know what I mean? Like they talked about some of the things they was getting and how they didn't like it or they was picky about what they was getting. But then I didn't ever get to what they was missing. What else? Well, what else are they missing? They talked about some of the things. I want to know more of the things. So yeah.
Right.
I'm with it.
All right, that's what's up, you know. We're gonna keep it up because by the time they come, them cats, they do a show every night, every other night, 2 times a day. I'm trying to get like them. We just really just doing shows.
Yeah.
You know, pop on here and do a show.
Let the topics, and I think after we get to going, the topics will start to present themselves.
They kind of do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we get to building. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, fellas, we're gonna call this a wrap.
Do our old.
Need.
Link up.
Peace.
Make the out. Peace.
I need to make my spine stronger.
What's wrong?
To fix this, I gotta make this tighter, stronger, and then also make my lower back tighter and stronger. Just gotta fix my body.
Yeah. Like,
I don't want this to be messing with me as I get older.
Oh, it's going to.
Because I'm already feeling the effects when I'm at work.
Yeah.
So I've been doing the planks and also fixing my push-ups because when I do push-ups, I'll feel my body like this. And I need to tighten all this up.
Yep. You be laughing at me, but now you're doing it like me.
No.
And bro.